I bought a house after 3 years of saving with this simple strategy. And I did it being a single man in London. Now, my house ain't in London, it is on the outskirts. But I did it on my own, which 99% of people just don't do. And I did it before 30, which again, most people don't do. The average homeowner is 35 years old. So I want to share with you how you can do the exact same thing. I want to add one more thing. I also did it while being self-employed, which is bloody difficult, as you may know. I didn't need to be rich. I did it all alone. I know it's hard to believe I'm single. But you're probably wondering, how much did I actually save for my first deposit? And it was actually only around £35,000, which I wasn't sure if it would be enough, but it was, thankfully. So the very first point, which I must say is going to be very simple, but if you've ever used a savings account, you might have noticed that the returns on those are very, very rubbish. I was using one for about 6 months, HSBC to be precise. But then one day, my friend showed me about Vanguard. And he said, Jav, why don't you open a Vanguard account, start doing the ISA, stocks and shares? And I was thinking, oh, that's a good idea. But I thought that you had to be like some technical wizard who knew about like new companies and what's coming in and what's coming out. And I thought I need to like do trading or something. But it was actually stupidly simple. I just bought some index funds. Don't ask me for any advice. I have literally no idea what I was doing. I just read a few of the ones that had higher returns and I just picked a few of those and I consistently put money in those and saved my money there rather than obviously using a normal savings account because the return on those are crap. So the next thing you probably want to know was, Jav, how much were you actually saving? And this one is obviously person dependent, but I was still living at home. My mum didn't charge me too much crazy rent, but obviously I gave her a good amount of money every single month. And my personal expenses were quite low. I had a simple car. I'm not the most social person in the world, so I don't really buy alcohol too often. I barely go out to eat. And on a social aspect, yeah, you know, dating and that, but nothing crazy. With all that information, I looked at how much I spent in a month. I looked at how much I could potentially save in a month. And then I also had to look at what am I willing to sacrifice to be able to save even more to speed up the process? Because 3 years of saving is quicker than most people when it comes to getting their first house. The only other thing to think about is, obviously I was self-employed. So the amount of money I made was almost determined by how well my marketing was, how many clients I could keep each month, stuff like that. So I would aim to save around £450 to £600 a month. But if I had a really, really good month from loads of new fitness clients, then I would actually save even more. And the good thing is I was having good months pretty regularly. These apples are trash. Being self-employed means you get treated like the ugly duckling when it comes to finances. It feels like even though you work harder for your money, the government don't really recognize your money. And when you're self-employed, you've got to jump through so many more loopholes to prove that you are a reliable earner. So my advice, get a good accountant, be smart with your finances. You need to find a way to increase your personal income. This is not tax advice. You may have to pay a bit more tax, but you'll be able to get your first home, so it could be worth. So look, this channel is for coaches. But if you want to buy your first home, you need to increase your income. I didn't even mention all the hidden fees that come with buying a house, like a solicitor. They don't tell you about that. So if you do want to increase your income, you need to start working on all these aspects of your business, like your marketing, your program, your offer, and your sales. I actually made a full step-by-step video on how to actually increase your income through improving your sales skills. If you just watch this video right here. Peace.